All right, people, we're back. I apologize. YouTube shut me down because obviously I was telling too much truth. I was giving y'all too much truth, and they shut it down instantly. I don't think I've ever had that happen before, but that's very funny and interesting because that clip of the Matrix wasn't that long. I played longer clips than that and never had a problem. So yeah, very very interesting. So hmm. But we back. They not gonna stop this truth from coming out, man. I find that very funny. Shout out to my number one moderator, Amanaz, who kept me aware of that was happening. YouTube did it because Facebook was still allowing it. So that's why I couldn't tell. It still looked live on my end. So welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. We're gonna jump back into this. Um, so what we're talking about today, and you first of all, if you don't want to be here, don't be here. I said that on the last stream. I say it typically on all streams. Move around, plenty of places to be in these YouTube streets, in these social media streets. Shout out to Love Dorsey. That's where I got that from. Move around. That's her words. Okay. See, I like to give people credit where credit is due. Shout out to Love Dorsey. Anyway, what we're talking about today is red pill information versus red pill wisdom. And I was in the course of breaking it down, but I'm going to start over because I don't know where it cut me off at, and I want to make sure this gets in. So I played the clip a little while ago at the beginning of the other video on from the Matrix. And it's the fight scene where Morpheus and Neo are fighting. This is a very powerful scene in this movie, and I think it's very relevant to what we're seeing in this manosphere space now, in the Matrix, as some people call it. So some people get a little bit of information, red pill information. They hear statistics, they hear talking points, they see or they perceive this is alpha and I'm gonna be that thing. Right? They got a lot of theories. They got a lot of theories which have come from their life experience or whatever, their anecdotal experiences. They got their own individual anecdotal life experience. And they're trying to create characters or avatars, if you will, here in the manosphere. Okay. And women are picking up on it saying, I don't believe you. We need more people. Right? Shout out to Jigga. That's what the women are saying. We don't believe you because there's so many of y'all doing it. The majority of men are deltas. They're not alphas. Very few men are alphas. But everybody wants to be an alpha. Everybody wants to behave like what they think an alpha is. But not knowing, not having the wisdom, they're not realizing they're actually behaving delta. Some of them are behaving beta, but most of them are behaving like deltas. Okay, we're gonna break that down too. And this isn't a slight. I'm trying to see. I'm a firm believer in the truth will make you free. So that's what I'm about. I'm about putting the truth out here. Because why? I'm the people's champ, in case you don't know. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm V Ben Israel. I'm the people's champ. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I've been doing this too long, and I'm not in it for the likes and subscribers. That's not my motivation. My motivation is to wake my people up. But I know the majority of you never will. But there are a few of you I may be able to provide some insight in. Right? That's what I'm gonna do. Ladies and gentlemen, RBN, the Real Bravado Network is in the building. Shout out. Shout out to Real RBN. RBN says, my next live, I want you to come do the whole stream with me. Sure, no problem, brother. You know I got you as always. Not a problem. Not a problem whatsoever. Just let me know when you need me, and I will adjust my schedule accordingly. Um, Hope everything's going well with you today. But jump back in here. But yeah, let me know. So what are we talking about? Y'all know I get off on tangents and RBN or Amanaz. Oh, never mind. She's already on it, y'all. That's the number one moderator at work. She has dropped the Real Bravado Network's link to his platform. Please subscribe to the Real Bravado Network. Subscribe. Great content, man. He did a historic show last week, which I am very proud of, and I can say nothing more about it. I love it. It was so phenomenal. Amanaz is on that chat. Messi Michonne, Kofa, the coach clinician. I think I'm saying it, cultural clinician, right? I don't think I'm saying it. Uh, a lot of people was in the chat. The chat was jumping. Mona D, you know I love me some Mona, y'all. Mona was in the chat. Take Heed was in the chat. I think Take Heed was on the panel too. She was doing both. Oh man, it was a historic. It was historic, man. It was so beautiful to see my people come together and accomplish a goal. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And like I told RBN, man, sometimes you're playing it one way and you just gotta the chemistry connects in a certain way. You just gotta let it flow. It ain't always gonna be exactly as you plan it, but sometimes you gotta just let it organically happen. That's what I said to him last night at the end of the show he did last night. He said to me, man, I ain't even get to the damn topic. Sometimes it's gonna be like that. Especially when you put such a great team together. Um, and y'all, you and Amanaj, y'all worked hard and putting that shit together, and everybody else who participated in behind the scenes. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm gonna keep saying this. Every time I see you, I think about it. But especially what you said last night, man. But so yeah, definitely subscribe to the Real Bravado Network, ladies and gentlemen. Amanaj says, I'm low key jealous of them. Them who? Who is the them that you jealous of? See, I'm going off on a tangent, y'all. It's all good. It's all good. I'm going to roll with it, though. I want to know who this them is. I want to know. I must know. So I'm going to wait for her to respond. I'll come back to that in a minute. Messi and Take Heed. Um, I don't know why. I think you're on par with them. I would put all of y'all in the same basket if it was my opinion. You have your strengths, they have their strengths, but I wouldn't say anybody is really on the next level. And I put Danica in there. I put what's the girl? Simone, the Jamaican girl. There's a lot of y'all that I put in that basket that are right there together. Um Shalakimia, I would even put her in that basket with y'all. I think Crimson Cure has kind of separated herself a little bit, so she's a little bit further along in her development. But the most of y'all are right there with her, right there with her. So yeah, now just use it as you use it as a benchmark. Hey, this is what something to strive for. But I think all of y'all are right in there. And all of y'all doing fantastic jobs. I think there are people who are below y'all who just don't get it yet. And that brings me back to my topic. Shout out to Smitty. Shout out to Smitty, the country king. I'm going to land this plane, y'all. I'm going to land this damn plane. Shout out to Smitty if he did. Come on, Smitty. I ain't heard from you in a while, man. Anyway, landing the plane. I'm going to bring it back around. Okay. So that's my point. Is so many people operating in this space that we call the manosphere, the black manosphere. And I think it's just a training program before you actually go back into the real matrix. So it's a lot of people in this space that aren't ready to go see the Oracle. In other words, if you go into the movie analogy, they're not ready to go back in. They haven't finished their training yet, so they're running around with information. They know things more than people who are still plugged into the matrix, but they only have theories. They haven't been able to go back into the real matrix and test out their theories. And I see this with not just with younger men, I see this with men in general, particularly. And we all have simped. Said that to Amanaz earlier, admitting my own faults. We all have simped at different times in our lives. And then you realize something is off. And then you start making your adjustments, and then you start putting your newfound information to use, and you start getting experience from that. But a lot of men haven't done that yet. They just got theories. They just talking ish. Um, and that, to me, that's delta behavior. Is everybody wants to skip, swallow a red pill, and become Neo instantly. But Neo had to get mentoring. He had to get training. He had to get his ass beat in that video clip I showed y'all. How did I beat you? Morpheus asked him. You think it's because I'm faster or stronger? You think it's because I'm older? And you think that's air you're breathing? Same shit. And this is what I think a lot of times when I interact with people in the manosphere on the panels and things. I'm like, you think that's air you're breathing? They're not ready for higher level conversations. They don't have the prerequisite knowledge or prerequisite information even to understand. That's why we get these circular conversations going all the time. And it's not just the women doing it, it's the men. Some conversation you ain't ready for because you haven't completed your training. But it's hard for men to realize or admit another man is better than them or knows something they don't know or humble down. Even in the Israelite community. That's why we got a lot of Israelites running around on Facebook quoting scriptures and all of this stuff. They don't know what they're talking about. They learned a couple of scriptures. Now they think they're Israelites, or they're trying to compare themselves to repentant Israelites, or men of these real men of God who've been studying this for 20 years and been practicing keeping the commandments for 20 years. I would never put myself on the level of those men. Those men are great men, and they know the Bible and the scriptures in ways that I don't even understand yet. I try to learn from them. So I humble myself down when I'm listening to Deacon Atan, when I'm listening to Deacon Malachi, or when I'm listening to the Bishop Nathaniel. I try to humble myself down so I can hope I can get some of their understanding. But I've seen guys that just came out a year ago, just learned some truth a year ago, think they know more than Bishop Nathaniel. Unbelievable. Same thing here in the manosphere. Same thing here in the manosphere. Pride is the beginning of sin, the scriptures say. Pride is the beginning of sin. And that pride keeps people from learning. From learning. And when you become a good leader, if you've ever really truly, and a lot of people want to be leaders, but they've never been in a leadership role, unfortunately. Not at work, not at home, nowhere. They've never done it. They've never been that guy. And most men will never be that guy. They've never been that guy. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But again, those avatars that they try to create for themselves here in the manosphere, and some of them even do it in the real world. I got a cousin like that. Oh my God, I can't stand talking to him. He's a clown. He's a friggin' clown. But in his mind, he is the star and director of the movie. Unbelievable. But when you match our resumes, it's not even my resume can fill two legal sizes of paper. His resume wouldn't fill a postcard, but somehow in his mind, he's more successful than me and better than me. It's unbelievable. So I just let him think it. Hey, you think what you want, man. But when you put them resumes together, the paper speaks for itself. Is what I told him years ago. But a lot of you are like my cousin, and you can't admit somebody's better than you, somebody's more successful than you, somebody may be further along than you. Maybe I need to try to learn from them. And you get on panels and you just start talking foolish, and you have problems with other people in the real world. You can't, like my cousin, he can't interact with other men very well. He just he can't even interact with the family. I mean, he just constantly has problems with the family. Every time he comes down here, it's an issue. You know, when he comes down here to North Carolina, where most of my family is located in this area now, he comes down here from New Jersey, and it's always some kind of contentiousness, some fuckery. But a lot of you, y'all, that same guy, Delta mentality. You think you're alpha. A lot of you don't want to be alphas. You don't want that responsibility. Because being an alpha, you got to humble down. It ain't rah, rah, rah. That's Delta. It ain't beta. Beta is the lieutenant of the alpha. It ain't that. So we use these words incorrectly. I did a stream on words matter. Use the words correctly, and you got this. Even if you don't say these words, your behavior says it. Your behavior says it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to believe what you are or not. It doesn't matter. You are or not that thing. You are what you are. Just like Israelites. You either are or you aren't. It ain't a choice. You are or you aren't. You are what your father is. Most in the Israelites, you can't just decide to become an Israelite. You either were born that way or you're not. Blacks, Hispanics, Natives Americans. Nobody else can choose to be an Israelite. That's another conversation. I've had that conversation. Go back and watch the videos. But it's the same thing here in the manosphere. Everybody wants to be an alpha. You can only have one. If you put 10 alphas in a room, only one of them is going to become the alpha for that group. You don't understand this. But most of you are deltas, and you behave like deltas, whether you consciously do it or not. And most of it's unconscious because you don't understand the 5 archetypes of men. There are 5, not 2. But that thinking is gynocratic thinking, trying to make something either or. It's always this or that, either this or either that. You're either rich and tall or you're a dusty and broke, right? There's no in between. Even though that's why those women who think like that gynocratic thinking, they can't see the majority of men. And you start describing the majority of black men to them, and they always say, where they at? I don't know nothing like that. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm like, how don't you know the vast majority of men? It's not a small minority, it's the vast majority. Because the next largest group of black men are married. It's only a small percentage of men who would be considered dusties and broke. But that's who y'all seem to always find. Isn't that fascinating? That's fascinating. Hmm. Interesting. I guess you think that's air you're breathing. That's gonna be my new shit. I guess you think that's air you're breathing. Hmm. I'm not Morpheus in this example either. If you want to give a character that would be me, I would be the Merovingian. That's who I am. I'm a holdover from an earlier generation of the Matrix. That's who I am. I'm the Merovingian. Right? But again, y'all didn't see the movie. You haven't seen it in a long time. You need a refresher. Go watch the movies, and maybe some of this may start making sense to a lot of you because you just don't understand what you're saying. Just like Pearly things, Pearl, what's her name? Pearl Davis. When she came out, I'm a red pill somebody. All y'all niggas started saying that right after she said it. Nobody was saying that verbiage before she started saying it. I'm a red pill him. You can't red pill nobody. You can't force anybody to take the red pill. It has to be a choice. They have to want to know what the matrix is. They have to already be searching for it. So you can't just walk up to some random person who ain't looking for it, who ain't asked no questions, and shove a red pill down their throat. That's why she fizzled. Because that's what she was trying to do. I'm a red pill somebody. And a lot of y'all goofy ass Delta men are saying that same shit. So y'all supposed to be these alpha macho man black men, right? But y'all followed the verbiage of this young ass white girl. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And all y'all had to run out to try to challenge her because y'all saw her standing on the top of the hill and we got to knock her off. That shows your weakness. That shows your weakness. Who gives a shit what she had to say? Why is the manosphere responding to her? So I agree with the women. When the women looked, said a lot of women said y'all were running behind your white savior. They were correct in that analysis. A lot of y'all did do that. A lot of y'all did do that. And y'all did the same thing with Andrew Tate. As soon as Kevin died, y'all started jumping on Andrew Tate because they were trying to fill that void that Kevin had created. Right? But what I find funny is y'all don't know where Kevin came from. Y'all don't know BGS Ibmore and introduced Kevin to us. Before that, before Kevin took the red pill, he was battling deacons. He was always the godfather of style, but he was battling deacons on Instagram and shit, and trying to be the best dressed deacon, right? I remember him with that red fur coat and in the parking lot of the church calling out the deacons. See, I go back. I remember. I remember when he came up on BGS's panel. I remember. I was fascinated with him because he knew a lot about cologne. He was always doing cologne reviews. So I was always following him. So then when he started speaking directly to men, he really caught my attention. But I remember him coming up on the panels. Right? These talking points have been around. And we all just like comedians say all the time. Comedians say, "Oh, we all steal jokes from each other," right? Comedians say that, and that's what happens. Same thing here with the content creators. All content creators get shit from other content creators. If you don't believe me, go back 15 years and look at Tommy Sotomayor's videos and tell me that the content creators today haven't designed their little home studios the way Tommy Sotomayor already had his studio set up. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me with the neon lights, Tommy was the first one doing that. Right? Tommy was the first one. But ain't nobody gonna give him credit. Right? So from Tommy to Kevin, you could see that evolution, if you call it. I don't even think it's an evolution. I don't think Kevin's videos ever surpassed the quality of Tommy Sotomayor's videos. I don't. I mean, cameras have gotten better, and cameras will always get better. But I don't. I don't think so. But a lot of you don't know the history. You just jump on this space, you heard some talking points, now you want to talk shit too. But that shows me you never really operated around men in real life. Because if there was a group of men talking in real life, at a cookout, for example, or in the basement or in the garage or wherever the men are gathered, they not gonna let some dude just run up in the conversation that they don't know and heard a little piece of the conversation and start repeating shit that other people have already said. It's not gonna be allowed. You'd have to stand there and listen for a little while. And if you wasn't of age, you wasn't even gonna be able to talk that much. They're gonna say, all right, youngster, shut up now. All right, now, go on over there with the kids. They're gonna shut you down. But a lot of y'all never had that experience growing up. Grew up around a bunch of women. Even y'all masculine dudes and y'all macho dudes. Y'all grew up around a bunch of women, and those women affected your behavior. So you're seeking validation that you never got. You want validation from men now. And from women to as some kind of retribution of what your mamas did, what your sisters did, what your aunts did. See, but you're not going to really be woke or fully red pill, as we're saying, until you will learn to turn them women's voices off. Because them same women can still influence you. I got women in my family that been trying the same shit. But I've been this way for a long time. So that's why they get pissed off at me. They get pissed off at me real quick. Because they can't run that shit on me. I shut that shit down so fucking fast. I don't give a fuck who it is. My mama, my aunt, who raised me like she was my mama, my cousins, my sisters, and all six of them, none of them. I ain't putting up with the bullshit from none of them, and I'll cut them the fuck off. I'm an honest to tell you that. I have no problem cutting them off. She'll tell you she done seen me do it. They get in their feelings. I don't give a shit. I said what I said. Because the truth will make you free. I'm not going to co-sign to the lie. I don't care where it's coming from, but some of you fellas haven't gotten past that point yet. You can't tell your mama to her face, fuck your feelings. I don't give a shit what you saying. And tell her the truth about herself. What RB and say, your mama was a hoe. I'ma add on to that. Your mama still is a hoe. She ain't never stopped hoeing. Oh shit. Oh shit. I hope RBN is still in the chat. I'm stealing his shit. I'm about to remix it. Your mama still a hoe. That's what he should have said. Your mama ain't never stopped hoeing. What the scriptures tell us, a prostitute in your way of thinking. Bro, I always bring it back to the Bible. I'm always gonna bring it back around. You're a prostitute in the way of thinking. You think that's that tit for tat. I gotta always get something out of it. I can't do nothing for somebody else unless I benefit too. Godocratic thinking, queen of the heavens thinking, goddess of the earth, goddess of Babylon, Esteros, Esther, uh, Nimrod's wife. All of that has been on the earth forever in multiple cultures. Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny? But see, a lot of y'all don't have this knowledge. You don't have this understanding. So you're really in high school, freshman high school, trying to have a PhD level conversation. And that's why it frustrates you when you listen to me talk, when you listen to Dr. Hassan talk or BGS. Because we gotta always constantly y'all not on the same level, you behind. You don't have the prerequisite information. Some of you ladies do it too. You got mama issues too. So you can't tell your mama to shut the fuck up. You ain't got there yet in your life. It don't mean you don't love your mama. It don't mean you being disrespectful. But if your mama is fucking lying, you need to shut it down. Honoring your mother and your father doesn't mean co-signing to your mom's and your father's bullshit and lies. We all got it twisted. The scripture says, lift up your voice like a trumpet. Right? Show my people their sins. Show the house of Jacob their transgressions, right? I'm paraphrasing, so I know I'm mixing it up. Same shit. Pretty close. You ain't got that includes your mamas. That includes your aunties. That includes your big sisters who been fucking up all your life and you've been watching it, but you can't tell them because you know they're going to try to emasculate you. You know they're going to try to shut you down. They're going to try to silence you. You've been having that happen all your life. And some of you haven't gotten there yet. But then, oh shit. But let's talk about the women first, because I've been getting on the fellas. So women, because of your daddy issues, you can't straighten out your daddy and tell your daddy the truth about himself. So you always trying to. That's why you're always contentious towards men. Why do you have a level of contempt for a man that you don't know, or a man that you're just meeting? That contempt was already there, and it comes from your daddies. It comes from your brothers, your granddaddies, your pops, your pawpaws, whatever, right? So now when you get into a relationship with a man, you're subconsciously taking it out on him. I ain't gonna let him do what these men have done in my life. Right? Fellas, you do the same thing to women. Okay? You're not gonna let a woman treat you the way your mama treated you, the way your sisters treated you, the way they are treating you. You ain't gonna let this woman this woman you just met, do these things to you. Even though she may not be trying to do them to you. We getting deep here. I'm gonna hurt a lot of feelings today. Some of y'all need to reflect on your shit. And as always, he talking to me. That's what you're saying in the back of your head. No, I'm talking to a lot of y'all. This is a lot of y'all who fit this description. We always point out that the women have a low level of contempt for us. And we also have a low level of contempt for them because of what we've been through, the gynocracy and the emasculation in our life. And that prevents us. It's a block. And we sabotage ourselves. You be having a good man or a good woman right in front of you. You can't fucking see it because of what somebody in the past has done to you. And you haven't come to that realization yet that you are actually subconsciously behaving this way. You're still in the matrix. You're still plugged in. You ain't been freed yet. You're still plugged in. You're jacked in still. Well, you ain't jacked in. You're plugged in. Yeah. You ain't been freed yet. You ain't going through no training yet. Your training ain't over. You just in the midst of your training. Well, I'm Morpheus right now to y'all, and I'm telling you, you're faster than that. You're stronger than that. Stop. Don't think you are. Know you are. Is what he said in the video, right? I would play it again for this stream, but I don't want to get cut again. Let's go back and watch it. Watch the fight scene in the Matrix with Morpheus and Neo, and listen to what Neo is saying to him. Stop trying to hit me and hit me. You think that's air you're breathing? I'm just trying to free your mind. Because I want to see us win. I want to see some of us win. But we got to stop. We got to tear down these mental blocks. We got to be honest about the traumas that we all have faced. And I'm not talking about no slavery, Reconstruction trauma, civil rights era ninja shit. I'm talking about in our lifetimes, the last 50 fucking years. The gynocracy has been strong the last 50 years. A lot of lies have been told. A lot of misinformation has been programmed into our minds. It's Order 66, gentlemen. To use that analogy, it ain't just the women. Do y'all forget the movie? Y'all forgot Star Wars? What happened when 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 he became the emperor, she started executing Order 66. That was men following it first, right? Everybody had the little hologram. Order 66, the emperor said. Yes, your Hon- yes, emperor. And they all started implementing it. That was the men doing it. Hmm. So y'all don't know the analogies. Y'all know what Kevin said and what Angry Man has said it too, but y'all don't understand the history of that word, of that phraseology. Order 66 is men too. And they had to start killing off the Jedi's. And they had to start killing off the trade alliance or whatever. The Emperor took everybody out. He took everybody out. Took the Jedi's out, and he took the trade alliance out. That's where Anakin went up there and killed them up there on the moon, the volcanic moon. See, some of you have never seen this shit. So what I'm saying to you is strange right now. You don't know what you're talking about. So you don't understand these metaphors that are being used. Order 66 was pre-programmed and set in advance by the Emperor to take over the universe. Anakin was the prophecy. He did bring balance to the universe. He got rid of the Jedi. But y'all don't know that. Y'all don't understand these analogies that we've been using for decades. And a lot of guys who've been around a long time, we forget that y'all don't know what we're talking about. And we forget to go back to the basics every now and then so everybody can get up to speed like I'm doing now. But you've let these women program you over the lifetime. You can't get rid of a lifetime in programming in 2 years. Because you heard a Kevin Samuels fucking clip. Because you heard AM. Because you went on Fight Club. Because you listened to Dennis Sperling. Whatever. Whoever you listen to. Obsidian. Whatever. Whoever you listen to can't deprogram you in a short period of time. Some of y'all is less than 2 years. You haven't even listened to Kevin Samuels. You never listen to a week's worth of Kevin Samuels shows. I know you haven't. I know you haven't. You won't take the time to really understand what Kevin was doing night in and night out. You missed it. So y'all take little clips and you try to apply it to you when you don't fit what Kevin was talking about 90% of the time. You're not high value men. You're not even high earners. You're not even a Henry. Nor have you done it for 3 to 5 years. You don't have a network of other high quality, high value men. And those men don't come to you for advice. You have no network. You don't have a LinkedIn job title. Not really. A lot of y'all doing what these females do. Make up job titles. You see it on Facebook all the time. They can't even just be honest of what they are. I'm a cashier at Walmart. Everybody's a fucking manager. Everybody is some director or something more than just the regular ass cashier. Everybody's a boss, right? Men do it too. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. That's Delta behavior. So even though you may not be claiming Delta or Beta, you may not be claiming Alpha, you may not, I don't subscribe to none of that. You don't subscribe to it because you don't measure up to it. Because if you were that thing, you would claim it. Let's be honest. Ain't nobody gonna be like, yo, you the man. Nah, I ain't the man. And you really know you are the man? Stop. Who's done that? But gotta stop lying to yourself. Stop lying, letting other people lie around you. Particularly now in today's world, the women. We always talk shit about the gynocracy. The gynocracy has been around since we've stepped foot on this country. So your grandmother was a gynocrat. Your mama was a gynocrat. Your sister, all of them are gynocrats. Majority of the time. Some of them have reformed themselves. Some of them have gotten worse. But the gynocracy is what we've been under the whole time. There was no time that black men were in a patriarchy. No time. It's always been a gynocracy in our culture, even on a plantation. It's the same fucking behavior. Those women have influenced you, and you're making new women pay for the shit that the women in your life did. You're making new men pay for the shit that the men, your punk ass daddies. Yeah, I said it. You making women pay and for, or men pay for shit, and we're making each other pay for shit that previous generations of men and women have done to us. That's what we're doing. And you can't be fucking honest about it. And that's when you truly come into your understanding of what the matrix is. When you get to that level, when you see it for yourself, you have to see it for yourself. You have to see it for yourself, and a lot of you haven't. You got a little bit of red pill information, but you ain't got no knowledge or wisdom. You got no experience at the thing that you're trying to talk, and then you got the nerve to try to give other men advice. It don't mean you ain't got a good perspective on things, on some topics. That not what I'm saying. But you don't have a good understanding. It's about know thyself. That's what the oracle told Neo when when he went to go see her in the first movie. You know what that phrase is Latin? You know what that phrase says? He said no. She says it means know thyself. Nobody can tell you the one. You have to believe it yourself. From balls to brains or something she said. You know it through and through and through. Nobody can tell you you're the one, and that's when he started to realize that at the end of the movie where he tried to save Morpheus. He said, "I may not be the one, but I know I could save Morpheus," and he did. That was the beginning of him starting to come into that understanding. Y'all have never seen the fucking movie, and you haven't seen it in a long time, so you ain't putting this shit together. What did I tell y'all 15 years ago? What did I say? And I reposted it 10 years ago on Facebook. What did I say? Some of you are so hopelessly trapped in the system, you will fight to defend it, is what Morpheus says. And I'm shortening it up for the sake of this conversation. You haven't been unplugged. You will die to fight again. That's what you do. Some of y'all are right now. No, V. No, it ain't me. In your mind, you can't be talking about me. Yeah, the fuck I am. Yes, the fuck I am. That's the answer to the question. Yes, the fuck I am. But some of y'all dudes is like this right now.
I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said? Because I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you.
Some of you men act just like that. You may not use the language of that, but your behavior is that. Nobody can tell you nothing. You know everything. Can't nobody check you, boo. A real leader doesn't do that. A real leader understands he can learn from the people below him in the hierarchy, and he can use their skills to make him better. That's what a leader does. See, a leader, see, y'all fake alphas. I ain't gonna let no woman tell me nothing. I ain't gonna let. Even though that woman has a skill you don't have, you would be a fool not to use her skill that you don't have. Your woman is an accountant. Why are you in charge of the family finances? Shouldn't she be? Shouldn't she be doing the books? Because that's her skill. She's an accountant. You'll be fool not to have that conversation with her. Honey, I need you to look over these numbers. Let's discuss this. We're gonna sit down once a month and do our bills together so I can learn from you. You're gonna still make you still making the decision, but you're getting her skill. But a lot of you're too delta to do that. And alpha would do that. That woman, she's a mechanic. Her daddy was a mechanic. Her granddaddy was a mechanic. She grew up all her life fixing cars. Your goofy ass gets under the hood, don't even know what you looking at. Instead of calling her outside to help you with this car, you gonna try to, I'm alpha my way through it. I'm the man's man. And that woman need to cook for me and clean for me. And I got news for you. Traditionally, men served women because the men were always traditionally the cooks. The only time the women cooked is when the man went off on a campaign and there were no men. But the majority of the time, the man was outside cooking and grilling the lamb and brewing the goat or whatever he had killed. And he brought the meat to the woman cooked. Go back and read about Aaron in the Bible. Go back and read about Moses. There's plenty of examples of this in the Bible. But y'all allowed these Edomites to pollute your brain and you don't even know what your own fucking culture is. Goofy asses. Ain't that something? I'm supposed to be able to come home and just sit down and do nothing because I've been working all day. No, that was your punk ass granddad that could do that. Why? Because he didn't have no other skills to do nothing. That's all he could do. He went to work, worked at a plant, a job, a field, wherever the fuck he did, pulled the lever, moved the box, drove a truck around the city, came home and sat his ass down because he couldn't do shit else. He couldn't cook. He couldn't wash no clothes. You didn't need to uh cut the grass every day. So they weren't doing that. So what was granddad doing most of the time? Sitting on his fucking ass waiting for his wife to take care of him like a little boy. Yeah, the traditional man. He didn't have those skills. Oh yeah, your punk ass granddaddy up. See, y'all nostalgize people and y'all make them more than what they were. Those old men didn't do shit. They didn't have shit together. They were victims of the gynocracy too. More so. And that's why they lost control. We can't criticize them on one hand and then worship on the second hand. Them old men wasn't doing shit. They wasn't making no money. They didn't have no businesses. They were barely surviving day to day. Let's be fucking real about it. They wasn't getting no pussy. Your grandmama and your mama was probably the first piece of pussy your daddy and your granddaddy got or even seen. Them niggas was sneaking in the drugstore trying to sneak a peek at the damn penthouse in Playboy magazines. Let's be honest about it. Let's be real. And then when VCRs got more popular, they all had a secret stash of porn. Why? VCRs came out in the late 80s, right? I mean, we had the Betamax and we had the VCRs, but nobody had one really in their house because them shits was very expensive. So when they got cheaper, when the porn industry decided to go with the VCR, because the porn always decides which way technology is going, the porn industry. So they decided to go with the VCR over the Betamax, even though the Betamax was better. Then they got cheaper. They started mass producing them, right? And that's when all of them porn tapes came out. They were mass produced. But that was like late 80s, early 90s, when that right around in there when that started happening. Your daddies didn't grow up with no porn and having access to pussy. Your granddaddy damn sure didn't get it. He might have seen his first piece of pussy in the military, and that would have probably been the first time he ever had access to a Playboy magazine when he was in the military or overseas. These weren't ladies' men like they try to act like they were. They don't know women. They know your grandmama, who they stayed with for 1,000 damn years. Or they know your mama, who they stayed with for 40 years. But they don't know women. They know that one woman. That's all they know. It wasn't until Gen X when we really started getting access to women as a large group, as the majority of men. It was a very rare thing. But y'all don't know history. Y'all don't know history. Let me check these comments, man. None. I ain't got no new comments. Um, you can't make this shit up, man. But y'all don't know. Y'all haven't been able to put all of this shit together. You got little bits and pieces of shit.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
A lot of you not on right now because you sitting around these same women that I'm talking about right now, or you sitting around other people right now who's still trapped in the matrix. Sitting around right now, y'all done ate good, they done fed you, huh? And you sitting around them listening to them talk shit now because they ain't in the kitchen now. They done with the kitchen. Y'all sitting around the dining room table, or y'all sitting in the living room, and I remember when I was a kid, the men would go into another room and watch the football games separate from the women. Y'all don't even do that now. Y'all sit right up underneath them women all fucking day long now. You ain't got no man time. You don't get no man time because they ain't gonna let you have it. The last time I seen this happen, and it was older woman. I went with my ex-wife to her father's sister's house. So that'd have been her father, her aunt on her father's side. And when we went over there, all the men was in the den. The women was in the living room on the other side of the house. So I walked in, I was standing in the den, and she quickly, oh, classy woman. She was very classy. And um in her house is just like all old women houses used to be, a bunch of plants, because it was wintertime. It was a bunch of plants in the house. Yeah, brought them in for the winter, and they was in the den. And she said to me, yeah, baby, um, come on, we gonna take you back where the other men is at. And she did. She grabbed my hand and politely walked me to the back and escorted me to the back and introduced me to the men. I didn't know none. I had never met these people before. But what did she do? The women was going to talk and the men was going to talk. That's how it used to be. Now you don't have that. The women always want to be up under the men. The men can't go nowhere with the women go to the barbershops now. Sit up under us in the barbershops. They go to the Pop Warner football games, practices, and they go to the basketball practices. Wherever men are gathered, they are going to be there listening and monitoring. That is the fucking gynocracy. Can't even go watch a fucking basketball or football game without all the women, all of these women, all of a suddenly are sports fanatics. Now, I've always met a couple of women here and there. Like me and Amanaz, we used to go to the games together. We used to work for a company that used to give us tickets. So she and I would always carpool to these games together. But it wasn't a whole lot of women doing that. That was just something she and I had in common, and a couple others. But nowadays, it's every woman is they got a football team and they experts on sports. They ain't never been experts before. Even the women in my family, I grew up with them. All of a sudden, they're sports fans. But if you pay attention, when you get in that room, everybody's watching that game. They not paying attention to the game. They not paying attention to the game. They talking to each other. They're bringing up conversations so the man can't even watch the game without being in a whole nother conversation. That's what's going on. And then they celebrate when it's a touchdown. Touchdown. And they go crazy and pretend like they was watching the game. Am I lying? They're going to buy the jersey because they want to look cute. They'll go to the game because they want to look cute at the game and post pictures on the gram and Facebook. But as far as really being into the game, ask them the statistics of their favorite player or their favorite team. Very few women are going to know that. Now, the women who are really into sports are going to know that shit. Oz can tell you the statistics on the fucking Philadelphia Eagles. I guarantee it. That's her team, and it's been her team. My cousin Tanya can tell you the statistics on the damn Cowboys. I guarantee that. But most of them, they don't. They go to the white. When I was a kid, the mamas would drop their sons off at the barbershop and they would leave and then come back. The barber was like, all right, go ahead and leave him. He'd be ready in an hour, or we'd be done in 2 hours, and the woman would leave, go get her nails done or whatever she had to do, and she would come back and pick her son up. Women didn't just sit up in the barbershop around a bunch of men. But those women that do it today, they always trying to get cute. They always got their best clothes on and their hair done and their makeup done or whatever when they come into that barbershop. It's fucking fascinating to me. It's fucking fascinating. Fucking fascinating. You know why I don't see the women at? They don't be at the barber schools. You won't see a bunch of women take their sons to the barber schools, which would make sense because you save money on the haircut. They don't want to mess with the barber students because they ain't making no money yet. They want to be around the grown barber men and the grown men. So they following the money. Otherwise, they would go to the barber school. It's the same experience. Same music is playing, still black guys, but those black guys are students. They're younger guys. They don't want to be around those younger guys. Same shit. This gynocracy is a deep thing, man. And I may need to talk about the gynocracy more in detail because y'all don't even realize what they doing and what they've been doing. And it's subtle things like the barbershop thing is a subtle thing. Y'all might think, oh, ain't nothing wrong with that. No, it is a problem when you got 10 women sitting up in the fucking barbershop. First of all, the barbershop's got limited seating. So only people getting their hair cut should be in the barbershop. So why are y'all there? Drop your son off and go to fuck about your business and come back. Ain't nothing gonna happen to your son that you gonna stop or help fix. He okay in the barbershop. But y'all protected men or these younger men from that experience. They never heard men talk freely of women or about women without y'all being there monitoring and gatekeeping. And this is coming back around and bringing it back around. Some of you men have been affected by this because you've been gatekeeped all your life by the gynocracy. It's sabotaging you from moving into a productive relationship. And a lot of y'all use the same fucking excuses that the women use. Well, I was married before. Like I told a woman the other day, being married doesn't mean you're a wife. You can get any ninja to go down to the courthouse and marry you. That anybody can get married. Doesn't mean you're a wife. It doesn't mean you're a husband. Because you should be that thing before you meet the woman or before you meet the man. You should already be in husband mode. You should already be in father mode. You should already be in wife mode. You should already be a mother before you even have a kid. But a lot of you, it just ain't in you. And that's the excuse. Well, I was married before as justification. So the fuck what? What does that mean? I married the wrong person. What does that mean? I stayed married to her for 20 goddamn years. I was a husband before I married her. That's the difference. Some of you, this shit hurts. I know. No, V, don't say it, man. That's what you're saying in the back of your head right now. It can't be me. And you got all kind of pushback on me for me right now. You're thinking of shit to say. Shut the fuck up. Just listen. That's where y'all go wrong. Just listen. Chew the meat, spit out the bones. You ain't got to respond to everything. That's gynocratic Delta man behavior where you got to respond. You got to have something to say. Just absorb that shit and make the adjustments. Make the adjustments. Because we ain't got time. Time is short. Especially those people up around my age, we ain't got time to play. And if you get another crack at the apple, you better take all of that experience you claim you have and make that shit work. It should be easier now, shouldn't it? Since you got all this knowledge and you got all of this experience and you got all of this quote unquote information, shouldn't it be easier for you to bond with a man or bond with a woman? You think that's air you're breathing? Yeah, ain't that some shit? I'm just trying to free your mind. Stop hitting me. Stop pretending to fit me and hit me. Yeah, I'm trying to free you. I know what you're trying to do, don't Neo said. And Morpheus responded, I'm just trying to free your mind. The world has gotten smaller. You ain't got to meet somebody in your town or in your region or in your state. We can travel anywhere we want. COVID ain't here no more. So what's the fucking excuse? And more than likely, the person you meet that you really click with ain't gonna be near you. What are the odds on that? The odds go the other way. That more likely they may be in another state, another city, another region. More than likely. Y'all talk about passports going to another country. What about these 50 fucking states? Statistically, you're not making sense, logical man. Logical woman. You ain't making sense. You statistically, you got a better chance of finding someone in America than you do overseas. And fuck all of that traditional bullshit that y'all talk. Y'all ain't never interacted with these foreign women. Them some nasty bitches over there in the Philippines. I don't care what y'all say. You talk to them enough on customer service the last 30 years. You wouldn't know what I'm talking about. They'll hang the fuck up on you in a minute. And they'll ignore what you say. Them ain't no traditional women. Fuck y'all. I don't know about the Thai women. I don't know about them. I don't care about them. I don't care. They ain't attractive to me. Yeah, I'll take a 200-pound black woman all day long. Got some ass and titties and curves compared to them little skinny ass little Asian Thai women. Fuck Moab. The Bible tells us to stay away from them motherfuckers. But y'all ain't learned that lesson either. Them Moabites, whatever you want to call them. They all Moabites. Them Asian women. You see, but you don't know nothing. You don't know what you think you know. So run over there and go find them. And go over there and live over there. And see what's going to happen. Them Asian men are going to start pushing back. Hell, Hispanic men ain't going to let you just roll up in their neighborhood and take their women. You think Asian men is going to let you roll up in their country? Y'all crazy, man. Y'all don't have... What world do y'all live in? What world is this? But when you got eligible black women, you don't need the majority to be eligible. All you need is one. Stop trying to save the fucking world and save one or two. The world is too big. The country is too big. Find one or two. But and you need to make sure you're ready. Again, if you're still dealing with these bullshit issues of it don't matter where you meet the woman, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. That's what Kevin tried to tell y'all. Kevin said this night and night out for 3 years. You ain't ready. You need to build yourself up. A lot of y'all ain't ready. And you can't humble down to realize that about yourself. You still got mommy issues, auntie issues, sisters issues, daddy issues, granddaddy issues. What RBN say? Yo, mama is a hoe. I'm trying to imitate him. I hope I sound like that too. Yo, mama is a hoe. Yeah, RBN, here's if you see this on the playback, because I don't think he's still in the chat. If you see this on the playback, here's what they want, man. They want that honey. But all we want is the money.
See, that nigga wanted the honey. All we want is the money.
That was done in the fucking 70s. They were talking about what was going on in the 70s in that movie. That was the Mac. So fuck all of this modern woman talk that these niggas do. Yo mama was a hoe, like RBN said. Shout out to the Real Bravado Network. Y'all niggas don't get it, man. There's so much y'all don't know, man. You just on here pretending and just talking, and that's how these women trap y'all up. Stop talking to them. You ain't ready. And that's why they embarrass y'all to make y'all look stupid. Some of it's your fault. You gotta take responsibility for your part. Some of y'all did it. And some of y'all open that damn door right for them. And they're always welcome on my channel. I've had divestors on here. I've had feminists on here. And I've had great conversations with them. Never had any contentious shit with them. And some of them I was actually able to convert their thinking on some issues. Why? How can V do that? Because I got wisdom that y'all don't have. You don't know how to handle women. You're not good at it. And you're always in contentious mode with them. Mommy issues, auntie issues. But y'all got all this experience and you've been red pilled up, right? You should know how to avoid it by now. But y'all just want to blame it on the women. All of them? All of them? That's fine. I find that funny. And I guess that's air you're breathing. Can't find one. Then when you find the one, you ain't ready to put your cards on the table. You still check. What am my man saying around is you check all night. I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. That's what the KGB said to Mike. You check all night. That's what you gotta flop. You know, flop the damn nut flush, and you checking all night, and then you fold because you get nervous and scared, and you fold. You had the hand won. You got a winning hand. You flopped a nut. You flopped a pair of aces, or you flopped a ace high fucking flush, or whatever. You flopped a good hand. You got a good girl in your eyesight, and you're scared. You got a good man in your eyesight and you're scared because you're always wondering some other bullshit because of what somebody else did to you in the past. Well, the other man did this to me and he did that. Fuck that. That's that man. Yesterday's price ain't today's price. Come on. And you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. But you got new information this time. That's the difference, right? You red pill now. You got new information. Make it work. You should be better now, right? You're going back into the matrix now, armed with information. You know how to jump from building to building now. You know how to fight now. You know the truth now. Why isn't that working for you? Because you don't know what you think you know. I think I beat this thing into beat this thing as far as it can be beat. And I'm starting to ramble now, and I don't like when I get like that. But that's the purpose of a riff off. So what I'm going to do the next 10 minutes, anybody wants to come up, can come up. If you want to add something, got a question, got smoke, got a comment. There's always smoke over here. I don't do smoke shows. Every show is a smoke show. I'm about that life. But anybody just want to chit chat and talk, man. Hold on, let me try to do this. Hold on. Y'all, I kicked my damn self off. Hold on a second. Let me grab that link and for anybody who wants to come up or whatever. Hold on. Let's try to do this again. Stream y'all be so sensitive. If you click one thing wrong, man, it'll boot your ass. So hold on. Let me try to do this. There we go. All right. The link is in the chats. It's on Facebook, it's on YouTube, it's everywhere you want to be. So anybody who wants to come up, got something to say, got something to add on, just want to say, hey Z. Y'all know I like to hear that shit. Lena gonna get mad. But anybody who want to come up is more than welcome to come up. And we can keep this thing rolling or we can go ahead and wrap it up, man. However y'all want to do it. I know other people are starting to go live now. Oh shit. Yeah. Maybe I ought to eat too. Other people are starting to go live right now. I see a couple of people. Hold on. I see a couple of people going live right now, but anybody who wants to come up is welcome to come up. You do not have to be on camera. I'm not on camera right now. I really don't care about that. People make a big deal about having people on camera. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it really matters too much whether my guests are on camera. But I did like seeing Messy Michonne. That woman fine, boy. I didn't know she was that fine. Mona, you better watch out, man. Messy Michonne might steal me away from you, baby. You know you all mine, but when you get divorced, I'm gonna be there. But Messy Michonne might interrupt that process. Let me stop playing for their husbands. Fine, who the hell is V? They gonna come looking for me. Y'all ain't gonna get me in trouble, man, because I'm talking ish. Y'all ain't gonna get me in trouble. And anybody want to come up is more than welcome to come up. More than welcome to come up. What we talking about, man? What we talking? What we doing tonight? Shout out to Smoking Talk. Shout out to Smoking Talk. What we doing tonight? Hey, yo, chill. Yo, chill, son. But talk to me, people. No, I got some viewers on here on all three platforms. So hey, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Obviously, I'm gonna have to cut that damn that damn Matrix clip down because I want to use it again. And it's funny, it's only a few minutes long. It ain't the whole clip. I got other clips that are long like that too, that I play all the time and never have a problem with them. But maybe I need to cut it down some. I'll do it. I'll get to it later this week. I'll get to it. I'm rambling. I know. I don't care. It's my show. I'm the people's champ. I can do what I want over here. Somebody asked me before, what's the Bugs Bunny? What does the Bugs Bunny clip mean? The Bugs Bunny clip is y'all ninjas cooking your own self. You put your own ass in the pot. You was helping put the wood on the flames to get the water hot. You thinking you take a bath and they cooking you. That's what's going on to the black people. You cooking yourselves. We've been doing that. We keep doing that. Keep cooking yourself. Self-check. You're hurting yourself. Same thing what Kunta was doing up there on that damn pole. Getting whooped. Hard-headed. Stiff-necked. All these words the scriptures use, right? All of these words the scriptures used. Wait a minute. Who is that? I need some of y'all people to cross over from being trolls and just hate watching or whatever y'all do to actually participating, man. People come up on here all the time and participate. We have great conversations and we move the conversation. But a lot of y'all just won't, you so scared to admit you don't know something and ask a question. What does this mean? What does that mean? So that way we can have intelligent conversation. But y'all just assume you know things you don't know. Like most people doing with the red pill. They don't know what the red pill is, never seen the movie, they don't understand, never read the books, nothing. Never played the video game, nothing. Whole universe of this shit. They don't know nothing about it. Ain't that funny? But so I've given it some time. Nobody wants to come up tonight. Everybody, I guess you around your family, man. Y'all damn sure can't get on with me around your family. They'll run y'all out the house talking to V, talking to the people's champ. They ain't gonna let y'all go one-on-one with the great one while you sitting around them. That ain't gonna happen. Cause y'all know why it ain't gonna happen, right? Your mama know about me. Your mama know, she know exactly who I am.
I violate all your personal space, bitch. I'm that cousin always on punishment. I'm not the nigga you can play with.
Yeah, your mama ain't gonna let you play with that cousin. I'm that cousin. She is not gonna let it happen. I'm the Shogun of Charlotte, Pumpkin Escobar. I'm the Heisenberg of this ish. They ain't gonna let it happen over here. You can't talk to me around your mama. I'll give it about 90 more seconds. Anybody wants to click the link and come on up and we have that conversation. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this show up. We've been going a little bit longer than I planned on going anyway. But it's time for some of you to be honest about your own thinking or your own shortcomings. We all have them. There's nothing wrong. And the only way you can truly get to that understanding, that place of understanding of what the matrix is you admit that you don't know and you need somebody to tell you. That's it. That's all I got, people. That's all I got. The bad guy is about to take it down, man. The bad guy is about to take it down. Y'all holler at me. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. Hit the Cash App, please. Support your boy. Support this content. Support my moderator. Subscribe to her channel. Subscribe to RBN. He was here earlier. Subscribe. Support the channel. Keep this content going. And all contributions help. Your brother need it. Holler at your boy.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll that make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide, how to lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. So say good night to the bad guy.